go. There you go. Yeah, we're live now, mate. Oh, a last minute system reboot was required there, folks. Apologies.
Calm.
Absolutely. Show me on the dolly. Yes, exactly. Right, I've just got to switch chat across. Bear with me, mate, because that's on the other screen. Yeah, if you could, mate.
Yep. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the eModels Wednesday live at the Workbench type. I can't remember what the title is now. Workbench Wednesday, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
It's on the overlay, mate.
Oh, yeah, it's there, isn't it? Workbench Live with Festa and Foxx. It's words on the screen. If I just learn to read words. Yes, welcome to the Workbench Live. Festa's at Workbench Live with him there doing technical stuff and me doing the talking right now. As always, don't forget, of course, this is a show for eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop
for all your model making needs.
How many model making needs?
Not some of them.
Not some.
All of them.
All of them. So please keep it family friendly in the chat, and please don't discuss other model retailers. And as always, if you're watching this embedded in Facebook or Twitter or somewhere, click on the YouTube icon to keep on watching and join us in the live chat, and we'll hang out and have fun. But yes, we're back. We're back at the bench. Yes. We are going to be cracking on with our builds. Are you back now, Carl?
Yeah, I'm back, mate. Yeah, it was just obviously stuff was still loading up. So, I'm back, mate. We made it. Talking of the groovy gang.
Yes.
Let's have a look to see who we got in the chat. I don't know why I just moved to that chat, because no one can see that I'm not looking directly at the webcam, can they, Burke? Anyway, first up was myself saying hello. Hello, myself.
Hello, myself.
Jackie's in saying hi, Colin. Hello, Jackie. How you doing, darling? Lee is in, says hi, Festa and Foxx. Hello, Lee. Love to you.
Lee.
And Jackie, he says hi to everyone in the chat. Some bloke's got your name here. Is Model Making Guru Mark 2, he says.
I'll be getting the lawyers onto that.
Yeah, goodly even parts Twiglets. There you go.
Even talks like me. Scary.
I know, it's scary, isn't it, mate? You've got a clone. Oh, God, there's horrible fault.
I was going to say two of me. More than one of me. Just more than one of me is a bad enough thought.
I've just got an image now of this film called The Stepford Fox, and there are loads of foxes walking around and everyone going, ah! Yeah.
Or if you've ever played Fallout 3, it's like the Gary Vault, but it's the Fox Vault. It's just foxes everywhere.
Yeah, could you imagine that? The world's ending. Donald Sutherland doing that screech at the end of the movie. Yeah.
I can see it now, with the pointing finger.
Yeah.
It's in my head. I can see it.
What was that? Invasion of the Body Snatchers, wasn't it?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, great movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Because he won Perm of the Year for that, didn't he? Mm.
Yeah. My mum used to know him, apparently, said he was lovely.
Yeah.
He's lovely, even if he's still alive.
Jackie's saying hello to you. You're saying hello to everyone else. Connie is in saying hi, Colin and Fox Dragon Lover 68. Hello, hey, Connie. Lovely to see you in. Talking of trouble, Sprue and Glue's in, says hi, Colin, Fox and chat. Hello, David.
Hello.
Channel name of the night is in. It says it's my channel. Not yours.
And I'll cry if I want to.
It's my channel. Evening all. Hello, it's my channel. How you doing?
Not your channel. Not his channel.
It's not ours. It's his. It's my channel. Steve is in, says evening all. Hello, Steve. How you doing, guys? Jeff Lights in, says good evening. Colin Fox, everyone in the chat. Hello, Jeff. Love to you and Maggie, mate. I hope you're both keeping well. David saying hi to Connie. It's my channel, says hi. Hello again, it's my channel. Steve is looking for advice. What primer would you use under the colour root beer? Would you use grey or black, depending on whether you want it light or dark, mate, is my motto on that. Black will always darken a colour unless it's a chrome. Grey will slightly lighten up, but you could, if you want it rich, then try a pink or a yellow primer.
Yeah. We're kind of assuming it's a dark claret kind of colour, so
root beer, that's going to be like
a browny red colour, isn't it? Like a dark.
It's going to be that sort of almost like a Born Fang brown. Oh my God, if they've done a Warhammer paint.
It's maybe kind of that colour sort of. Like a red, dark, reddy brown, whole red type.
I've just done another Warhammer paint.
You haven't? You've done a Warhammer paint. Oh. Yeah, black will add a blue to the colour.
Yes.
If it's a very opaque paint, it will, but black will add a blue tint. Pink will just help it be kind of nice and bright.
Yeah.
Grey's a neutral colour, so it can go with anything.
Yes.
And if you want it nice and bright, put a yellow under it.
Oh, yeah, when I do all my reds, they always go over a yellow because it just makes it like a lipstick red, you know. Yeah. But
also, well, the other thing I've just realised that both of us forgot is it depends if he's doing any kind of pre-shading.
Exactly that.
If you do like a black or a dark brown, if you do a dark brown primer, you can use that as your pre-shade coat and then leave thinner paint where the edges are.
Exactly. You can do almost a patina paint job with your primer coat. So, yeah, look at me, patina paint job.
You like that word, patina, don't you? You do like that word.
I do like a bit of patina. She's a lovely girl, is Patina, mate.
And her sister, Cortina.
Yeah.
And their Momatari.
Absolutely. Muse is in. The lovely, wonderful, delightful Marcy is in all the way from the US of A, saying afternoon all. Hello, Marcy. How are you, my darling?
That was the sound of sheer terror.
It was, mate. That's fierce. Brew and Glow says I'd use a dark grey. Well, that's an interesting choice. It depends on what you want the colour to do, mate.
Yeah.
I'm hugging Muse because, I was petrified, so she's got all the hugs. And I'm getting hugs back again. I know. She says, emojis are not the same, Grr. This could be because it's on my channel that I've got custom emojis. I haven't put them on eModels yet because it's not my channel. But
it's not our channel.
I'm sure we'd get away with it, but, it's Pete's channel.
We can come up with some channels. Yeah, we can put our cartoon characters on there.
We can do our tunes because it's all eModels related, isn't it?
We'll come up with some other ones, like the GNU and things for you, a raccoon for you.
Exactly, yeah, because I've got raccoon eyes. Everyone's Jeff straight in. Hello, Marcy. See, Jeff knows fear as well.
Yeah. Everybody knows the right thing to do is just do whatever Marcy says, basically.
Marcy's having a wibble now. She's going, I wish they'd stop changing stuff. It's the menus that are getting me at the moment, Marcy. They keep moving stuff around with little arrows that you're stealthily supposed to find. Now, I've got the eyesight of, a man of my age, should we say. I don't see all of that mouse over prompt rubbish. I don't see none of that.
Bane of my existence at the minute is when you're trying to figure out a menu in something, Google or whatever the program is, and you go online to search for it, and invariably the menu has changed since the last update on the internet that somebody said, here's how you do it.
Yeah, they give you the old way, and it's like...
that button doesn't exist anymore, especially with Google. God, Google are terrible.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? I think it's done to make old folk like us go away. Crafting says hi to Connie. Jackie, that is. Go for it is in saying hello. Hello, go for it. How you doing? Everyone's saying hello to go for it. Jeff Light says audio and video is good. Excuse me. Thank you very much, Jeff, for the feedback. Peaches is in, says, evening all. I timed it perfectly. I've just plated dinner. Yes, he's in with a belly bench and beverage. See what I did there? He said, bellies, chicken fingers, chips and spicy beans. We've got to do a road trip to his gaff, because he has all the good food.
Especially for spicy beans.
Yeah, bench is nothing. Beverage is Dr. Pepper, biscuits. Does the base of a chocolate cheese count? Yes, it does. Yes, because on our Sunday show on my channel, we're now doing belly, bench, beverage and biscuits. Because we've set a challenge to see how long it is before that idea gets nicked as well. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A very important question, of course, has been raised now is show me on the chicken where the fingers are.
Yeah, absolutely. Lee says bench is a Cromwell tank. Drink is coffee. Happy days. Jackie says we're both watching on the big screen. Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. I don't know what came through that.
News is laughing out loud. Lee says I go for it. It's my channel, says Festa, he says, you finished the Rossi M1 in one full scale. Yes, I have, mate. That's all done and dusted, mate. It's down on my channel in the partwork section, mate. If you scroll over, you'll see the thumbnail for it. It's basically... me and a bit of wishful thinking. It's me in a set of MotoGP levers. Yeah, because...
Yeah, and you've got the slightly bowed shelf to prove it.
Exactly, mate. Steve says I'm building an Italieri 124th truck and I'm doing it as a show truck. Root beer with red interior. Oh, nice one, mate.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What were you doing pre-shading then on that?
Yeah, Marcy's saying, no, the generic ones I normally use. Yeah, it could well be you just need to reload them into YouTube, but it should automatically pick them up, shouldn't it? But yeah, they got to keep fiddling with stuff, ain't they? Why?
Keeps us on our toes.
Come on, YouTube, stop fettling. See what I did there?
You cannot ever say that.
Yeah, that was a motorbike, by the way. I'm just clarifying that because, yeah.
For those that don't know, whenever me and Cole get together pre-stream, he's already fettling, he's sanding, or he's like, and I'm like, just put it down. He's like, I can't help myself.
Oh, mate, honestly.
He needs to find his fidget spinner or fidget toy so he can keep his hands busy.
Yeah, it's one of them. I've put it down. I'll put it somewhere safe when I have me move round, and I haven't been able to find it.
Dope.
Yeah, spot the pillock. Yeah. Anyway, how's you? How's my mum? Not your mum, my mum. What are you going to be doing tonight, geese?
I am fine, but you don't care about that. Mama Wolf is fine. She's fine and dandy. She's sat downstairs with a selection of turkey and salady bits to nibble on throughout the course of the evening, and her iPad and watching telly.
Happy days.
Tonight I am continuing to paint my Orc Warboss in Mega Armour.
Oh, nice one. Happy days.
I put down, I'm not getting on camera, dear. I put down some texture paint for the base on Monday, and I just need to go over it with some PVA, thin PVA, because some of the little bits are flaking off.
Yeah.
And I want to get it, because I've done it early. I don't normally base it till the very end, but I'm going to base it now. So I'm going to put some PVA, so the little flakes of paint they don't tend to fall off, but they can easily be knocked off. So I'm going to glue that in place and then crack on with the painting. What about you? How is my mum? Don't care how you are.
My mum is fine and dandy, mate.
Not your mum, my mum.
Yeah, she's been fine and dandy, mate. She had a wibble the other day bemoaning the world, but she's feeling a bit better now, so.
Hello, Mama Festa.
Yeah, so she's...
Get out of bed.
Yeah.
Get out of bed.
Oh, she's up and about now.
Oh, good lad.
Yeah, she's been... she had that visit where there may have been a conversation had with her. And suffice to say, she's getting up every day now and back to reality. So
good.
I gave her the tough love that no one else seemed to have the bottle to give her. So Winnie's fine. I rung her up the other week, and how can I say this?
Did she use some interesting words?
Yeah, suffice to say, she's been downstairs a few times this week.
She's fine and in rude health, is what you say.
Well, she called me names that I can't broadcast on this channel. So as far as I'm concerned,
hello, Winnie.
It got through. So if you're watching, Win, good to see you about again, darling. And keep fighting, love. That's all I'll say. I'm still doing the set there with Bob Hoskins and his geezer on there. So I've been fettling with that.
Every time you show me that, I get like a Mario voice. It's me, Mario.
Yeah, they're all on there now, and they've all had a base coat of black. Bob Hoskins is looking suitably sculpted now that I've redone his arms and everything, and been rounded off, fettled with a bit of green stuff weld, re-sculpted all the biceps and deltoid muscles on his shoulders where the fitment weren't great. So yeah. So they're all looking rather splendid. They'll get a mist of white over them all, off-white, sprayed from the top, just to give them the little bit of light contrast. So that'll happen.
Nice.
I'll just finish it off a bit of barrelage, so I'm going to build them. And then I'm going to start laying out the base, which will be predominantly a bit of that. But I tend to salvage my model kit boxes, the lids and the inserts, and I use them as a stiffener for the styrofoam, and then that'll be glued to that, and that'll all then go through the wire cutter once I'm happy, so yeah.
I've never had one of them wire cutters, but it always looks so mesmerising when somebody and it's all silent and it goes...
Oh, yeah, I've got the big table cutter, that I use, and I set it up and all of that. So I'll trim the cardboard when I'm happy with it, and then I'll trim the phone to the cardboard, if that makes sense. But I should be laying that out. Hopefully, I'll get my barrels drawn out, and then I'll bring
out your barrels.
I'll bring out my trucks and everything, and then I can start... moving stuff around until I lay it out.
Nice.
So that's what I'm up to, mate.
Looks good.
What
What's
we
the dudes
got?
to paint?
It's my channel says, seen most of it, wasn't quite finished, haven't started mine, nearly got all the issues now, can't wait. Yeah, mine got delayed for 2 years due to the chocolate velociraptor, i.e. the 2020 illness that went round. We can't say it because it's still a key word on YouTube, apparently. And, yeah, so that kind of interfered with it. And then when Italy went back to work, I had a lovely message through and they shipped me over 2/3 of the part work in one shipment.
Cool.
So I got to sit there with all the boxes, and we all know when you get a part work delivery, you end up with a little stack of boxes, don't you? Dude, I was surrounded with them, mate. It was like going in that spell book shop in Harry Potter, mate, with all the books fluttering about. It was everywhere, mate. And I was the John Hurt character, proper made up I was. So,
bless you.
Yeah. So
I do like it when parcels turn up.
Oh, yeah. I like it when my Batman turned up and Chris still ain't got his yet. And we're in a Partworks chat group, us three, ain't we? And the bottom lip of wibbling that our friend at Gross Models has been having this week. I haven't helped because I let him have his wibble, bemoaning everything. And then I said, mine turned up, and I put a link to my YouTube video in.
Yeah, but the thing is, I get to wibble even more because I'm not doing that big Batman.
I know.
Part work, and I'm so jealous. It's like, oh,
I know.
So jealous. Wish I was doing that big part work.
You was like that with RoboCop, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I haven't got the space all the time to do any more, unfortunately. So, right, I've mixed some PVA with water to put on this base, and it's just going to be a barrier.
Yeah, it's like a size.
Yeah, just to basically lock these little flakes in. Like I say, they will stick for the most part, but there's no harm in. I should have put some washing up liquid in that actually as well, shouldn't I, to make the surface tension go?
Yeah.
Tell you what, give me 2 secs, I'll go get some washing up liquid.
Yeah.
Back in a sec.
Yeah, I keep a little bottle, a little tub of dish soap, and it's always to hand. I'll keep that in my paint rack because it's proper handy stuff, isn't it? There you go. Have a bit of that. So, yeah, whilst he's gone, let's have a quick looky, kids, in the chat. Bobbins, he says, greetings. He says, I've got 7 boxes of Alien part work and 6 boxes of Enterprise under the dining table. Happy days. Jackie's belly was mushroom truffles for starter.
There we go, I'm back.
Main was pork tenderloin with potato dolphinios, whatever they are, and green veg, washed down with a bottle of Kylie Minogue sparkling rosé wine. Oh dear. Jackie's Brahms and Liszt now. I can see it now.
I've just realised it's not washing up liquid I need to add to the thug. It's a drop of alcohol, isn't it?
A bit of IPA.
Yeah. So, if you're ever spraying PVA over your static grass or grass tufts on a diorama and you don't want it to end up a cloggy mess, add a little drop of IPA alcohol to your thinned down PVA glue and it'll just go between all the little filaments of grass, breaks the surface tension. I've just remembered I'm knackered running up the stairs now.
I know, look at you, you're falling apart.
I know, I'm an old man. Ooh, yeah, so if you ever need to spray this stuff over static grass and tufts, make sure you put some alcohol in it. Otherwise you looks like somebody sneezed all over your diorama.
Yeah, you don't want that. It's all right if you're trying to create morning dew.
Just Daddy.
Yeah. Notice I cleaned that up. I did well there, didn't I?
Yeah. Did you? No, this will take forever to dry, so I'll have to make sure not to tip it up much.
Have a bit of that, my son.
And hopefully the alcohol just means it will go between the little cracks of paint and not fill in all the little cracks of paint, which is what I don't want to happen. Yeah, just seals them in a bit. I say normally I don't do any kind of crackle bases like this until the very end, but I've got the same wash to put on the base that I have the figures, so I thought I might as well do it all in one go.
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? I don't know.
Plus, I had like 10 minutes till the end of the stream and had to do something that took 10 minutes, so there's that as well. Right, that's on there. Soaking up the excess. Yes, I'm glad that my Auntie Winnie's back up and about.
Yeah.
She hasn't got a clue who I am, but, you know, she's my Auntie Winnie and I've decided.
I know, it's desperate for me to tell her who he is. Like she's going to care.
She won't now. I'm sure you've already... she's already seen me and said words about me.
She said... I said, Fox says hello. She's like, who the F is Fox? Yeah, that was the response you got. And it's like...
Yeah.
She did Pigeonhead at the same time.
That's all right. If I got a Pigeonhead, then my work here is done.
She's like, bloody hell's that? She said, I don't know.
Who bloody hell's that?
As she wandered off going, bloody Fox. She said, what's he on about? He's losing his marbles. Joe, she says, your boy. He's going a bit...
There's always somebody called Joan, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, that's my mum's name, mate.
I know, but there's like old people always know someone called Joan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, them lot. They all had the proper old people's names. Sister Edie. Yeah,
Edie. You can't believe you just said Edie when I just said Edie.
Yeah. There was Edie, Winnie, Joan,
Ruby,
Johnny, and Freddie. Yeah,
Johnny and Freddie. Yeah. Albert's a name you don't get anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, and a lot of them were a right proper rabble and all, mate. Honestly, all of them were a nightmare.
I've heard those stories. Well, not all of them.
Yeah. Sadly, there's only Mum and Win left now. But, yeah.
Bobbins is in, says greetings.
Yeah.
Have you read them?
Yeah, I may have read them, mate. I was up to date, apart from Athol saying hi again to Connie. And evening, Colin Fox, everyone in Chatland, and Steve. Belly was curry and rice. Beverages water. Gone off coffee and haven't drunk tea for I don't know how long. Can't drink alcohol because of the medication I'm on. Absolutely, mate. That's why I'm teetotal, mate. Because of all of the meds, mate.
I can't remember the last time I had a beer. I have my, San Miguel, but that's alcohol-free, and I really like that. So I have a few of them, one with my dinner, but I don't drink actual alcohol. I've not had beer for ages.
Yeah, it's been donkeys,
I feel
mate.
the need. Yeah.
And I don't really miss it, to be honest with you, mate.
No, I don't miss it. I mean, I can't drink because I'm looking after Mama Wolf, so it's no hardship for me. Right.
Poor Mum always gets the blame.
Yeah, it's completely her fault.
Oh, poor Mum. Wait till I tell her.
Right, I'm going to make the straps round his big hammer. I'm going to make him like brown leather, I think.
Happy days.
Some form of brown leather. In fact, let's just make it the same as the leather they've got on the other thing. That'll make life easier, won't it, for the weathering? Dee-dee-dee. Brown leather.
Exactly.
For a pound.
You've been all mockney again, aren't you?
I can't help it. I don't know why, but I just... When I'm with you, I feel so entitled.
Peachy says it's all happening up the road slightly from mine. Just had lights and sirens go by a couple of minutes ago. Now can't hear what I assume are armed police ordering someone out their car.
Oh dear, wow.
Yeah. Don't go out there then, Paul, because they don't like it when you do that. My missus did it. There was one round here. We had a double murder round here a couple of years ago when I was doing a live stream.
Oh,
and of course, H went out to see what all the noise was, and she was nearly taken out by one of the armed officers because they're all proper hyper, aren't they, when they're in that zone?
Yeah. We actually...
yeah,
we had it here once. It's like, quiet suburbia, and suddenly there's all this shouting, and there's like police cars all up and down the street, and the SO19 are there with their... I can't remember what they use nowadays, the assault rifle things.
Yeah.
And the MP5s and stuff, whatever, MP9s, whatever. And so I was filming through the window, but I went down to open the front door. I was in the porch, and this very fierce police lady said, "Get back in." I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm back inside."
They don't mess about, do they?
Yeah, so I filmed it through a window. And that was amazing, because that was like, this is quiet middle-class suburbia here. Nothing ever happens like that.
Yeah.
And this was proper like, they went to this guy's house down the road and was smashing the windows in on his car to get something, and they forced the boot open on this car.
Oh, yeah. It's when they got Mabel the Persuader out, innit, to get the door open. It's like, yeah.
Or the keys, as they call them.
Yeah.
Big red key.
Yeah, locksmith.
And But I never did find out what it was about because there was nobody in, and then apparently the place was rented. So we never found out what they were actually after.
Well, we had one once where they were pursuing a vehicle that was making a getaway, so they had the eye in the sky up. Mm. And of course, as he's flown over, he spotted one of the houses. He's got, how can we say this, a very warm glow about it.
A significant heat signature, let's say.
Yeah. So about a week later, they all turned up to investigate this property. And, yeah. That was entertaining. Yeah. We were sat on the landing watching that one unfold, and it was, oh, my God, yeah.
The gentleman was clearly a horticulturalist.
Yeah, I've never seen so many policemen try to shoehorn themselves through this little skinny door. And they all ended up a bit like, like when sand goes through one of those timers. Yeah. They was all sort of struggling to get in the door last minute where they was doing that little Keystone Cop shuffle. It's like, yeah.
I'm trying to go through at the same time. No.
What part of your training does it say do that? Because,
bless him.
Suffice to say, the person was persuaded to lay down and not move.
Yes. Through various enticements.
Yeah.
Like, if you do this, we'll let you stay alive and not have 240,000 volts going through you.
Oh, yeah, we see a bloke tasered here not long back, and it was proper Michael Jackson moonwalking going on, you know what I
mean? Better than Michael Flatley's.
Yeah, it was proper Riverdale, was it, Michael Flatley's? Yeah. And he was
doing that.
Yeah, and it's the first time I had actually seen that, in real life, so to speak, because I don't go out, do I? But
no.
Yeah, this fella was proper giving it the beans, and it was like, oh, that smarts a bit by the look of it.
Yeah.
Where would someone like me stand? Because I'm full of metal.
You'd probably just have a heart attack and cark it.
Yeah, because
we're old. We don't survive nonsense like that.
Yeah, sending a taser through someone that's got spinal fusions and that, or it could be someone with a pacemaker, couldn't it?
I don't think it would make it worse, but you might. I mean, I don't know if it's. Because I know it's that many volts, but it's the ampage, isn't it? I don't know if it
yeah, I don't know
do any
what the thing
extra
is,
damage.
But it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, it might give you a few heat burns from it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it'd be that long though that the metal would heat up. So.
Because I had this discussion with a car dealer once, right? Not about tasering, but
I was going to say, what kind of car dealers do you know?
Yeah, this goes back to when airbags first came in. And I used to smoke back then. And I said, so I'm driving along with a cigarette on the go. And the airbag goes off. Or you're smoking a pipe. That could potentially be quite a problem, couldn't it?
Yeah. Flump cigarette explode.
Yeah. So, yeah. Explain the large burn on your left cheek. Yeah.
I often wonder what happened if you were driving, you got glasses on and an airbag goes off. That must be
exactly.
Then again, it's better to not have an airbag. It's better than not actually having an airbag.
Well, it's better to have a raccoon eyes than it is to be brown bread. Let's be honest, mate. They do save lives, don't they? So
Yeah.
they're there for a reason, folks. Airbags, but
yeah, don't be a spoon.
But yeah.
Imagine they're all default in cars nowadays, anyway.
Yeah, it's a thing, and it's been a thing for donkey's years, mate. Like when the seatbelt law first came out, wasn't it? And everyone was going, I ain't going to be forced to wear a seatbelt. You didn't give it a second thought, did you, after a few months? Because,
No, you just did it. You definitely didn't give it a second thought. If you had a crash, you'd be like, wearing the seatbelt now.
Yeah, it was just one of them, because back in the day, older cars then didn't have seatbelts in, but as soon as seatbelts came in, I can remember buckling up before the law came in, so...
Oh, yeah, I did. I always used to... I mean, it came in when I was a kid, so as a kid, I always wore a seatbelt anyway. I mean, my dad used to drive a Hillman Imp, so, I mean, there was no point wearing a seatbelt because whatever you hit, you could just hit a blade of grass and you'd still be killed in the collision. But
that was my first car, that was a Hillman Imp.
Yeah. My first car was a Mark II Escort. that I never actually got to drive because my dad bought it for me off a neighbour for £50, and I was 15 at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, why did you buy me a car that I can't drive? He went, it was 50 quid.
Oh,
Bright
yes.
yellow.
The infamous Starsky and Hutch Ilman Imp, mate.
Oh, yeah. Of which you have made a scale model version.
Oh, yeah, it's just on the back of the bench there.
Mm-hmm.
My little imp.
Because you never know. Is that what you call it? You never know when you need to demonstrate your previous cars in physical form.
Exactly. Yeah, and I always remember when I first started dating H. Yeah, I'll be round late. I'll pick you up in my motor. Oh, lovely. She's got a car. Oh, yeah. I said, you won't miss it, love. You'll know it. As soon as I went up the road, she did, yeah.
Don't ever pick me up again, please.
I could just see the look on her face. I could just still see it now. It was like... It was that disbelief and disappointed look that she's had ever since she's met me, basically.
I used to get that because I used to drive a Series 3 Land Rover.
Yeah.
But just, around the people I used to, if I was going on dates and stuff, because it's not the kind of people that would be familiar with Series 3 Land Rovers. They'd be like, I think you turn up in a VW or something. So, no, I'll turn up in my big clunky old Land Rover.
Oh, yeah.
Just make sure you secure all your organs in the right place now before we go anywhere.
It was just a look on the face, but I might have known you'd be like that. Should have one of them. I said, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And painted with a 2-inch paste brush. It's like, yeah.
See, the thing I don't know is, of course, ever since I've had the current Foxmobile with its shark mouth and rat rod paint scheme, I've not been on any dates, so I don't know what the response would be to someone if I pulled up outside with that.
How can I say this? I don't think you'd get, let alone past the first date. Yeah.
I don't know. They might think it's awesome.
Yeah, in your
it's quite funny when
I'm
driving around. I'm driving around. There's a primary school like about a few roads down that wherever I need to go, you generally have to go down the road past this primary school. And there's always a kid going, "Wow, look at that car!" As I drive past it, it's like, oh, well, at least the kids like it.
Yeah, in your world, they would think it's awesome, but in the real world, they'd be doing the biggest face palm.
But the funniest thing was a couple of weeks ago, we got builders next door doing an extension. And they knocked on to say, can I move my car? Because they need to bring in the cement truck and it was going to have to stretch over both driveways. So I was like, yeah, no problem. And I went out, I was going to get in it. The guy said, can I ask you a question? And I said, yeah, sure. And keep in mind, this is a Ford Fiesta with a rat rod paint job and a dirty great shark mouth on both sides. And all he asked was, does it still run? It's only a 20-year-old car. It's like, it's a dirty great rat rod paint job with a shark, and all you can think is, does it actually run? It's like, yeah, it's fine. He said, is the rust not real? I said, no, it's painted on rust. He went, oh. He thought it was actually a rusty old knackered thing. It's not the question most people ask when they first see it. Does it run?
Yeah. Interested in it. Hey, mate, it's got shark mouth on it. What more can you say?
Yeah.
Anything with a shark mouth is going to be shark mouth approved, and it's just like...
People say, why did you do that? And I said, well, this is what happens when you got access to a full-on body shop and a weekend and you're bored.
Bobby says, Festa would just kind of if tasered,
You'd be like, you what? Is that it?
Yeah. Peachy says, Colin would, someone in your condition really disobey the police and risk getting tasered. I know you're mad, but you're not that mad. Mate, I would still resist you.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, mate, I would still... I have a problem conforming to authority. It's plagued me all my life, and I resist at every opportunity. Not just because I want to be an Harris, I'll clean that up.
Yeah,
but I don't think anyone's got a right to impose their views on anyone else. So the minute I feel I'm being pushed in a direction I don't want to go in, I resist, and that's the thing, So
unfortunately, it then means you do the same for like the law as well, which
So I would end up getting fully tasered. It would be a nice fireworks show, wouldn't it? But it's one of them. I wouldn't deliberately go out to cause a problem. Don't get me wrong, but I would still, if you don't stop that, we're going to tell you, whatever. Just get it done and dusted.
The entire reason that you would do that is because you are your mother's son, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Mama Festa, the stories I've heard, me and Festa will sit here on a live stream and we'll joke about like Mama Festa going out and getting arrested without Winnie again for shoplifting or something, or beating up a policeman, or stealing a car or something.
Yeah,
we are joking, of course, but she's got that spark in her, and I think that's where you get it from.
Yeah, she's got fire in her belly, mate.
Oh yeah.
Winnie's just a magpie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anything shiny, mate, she's there. Boom, that's mine. It's all hers.
She's a Khajiit. She is Khajiit.
Oh, yes, she goes, I'm having that. But you don't, what do you need it for? Oh, look at it, I'm having that. It's like, Winnie, no, you're not. 9 times out of 10, it's like, told you I'd get it. It's like, Winnie.
Like, Winnie, you don't need a saddle adjuster, come on.
Now, times my mum has sort of escorted her back. And my mum is really clever with it. She goes, she's a bit forgetful, love. There's what, she's not well. And she tries to do it that way because... Yeah.
The thing is, it works because the person can't argue against it. She's an old lady, you see, and she just gets forgetful. Here's that microwave she stuck down the front of her coat.
Yeah. Yeah. And even as old as she is now, she's still like it. It's always been the same.
Never going to change.
I'm sure she could have got treatment. But
bless her.
Yeah, it's like, don't ever change, Win.
My unofficial Auntie Winnie. In the same way that when I was a kid growing up, all the neighbours over, say, the age of 50 were auntie and uncle.
Yes.
It's not actually a familial auntie, it's an auntie as in respectful auntie.
Yeah, we all did that when we was kids. Everyone was our aunt.
Yeah, this is Auntie Mavis. Anybody over who was old to us, and that old could be anything over 30 when we were kids, but
Oh, yeah. I mean, Winnie has a legend status, doesn't she? She's...
Mm-hmm. Certainly does.
She's now officially 90, so,
Oh, wow. Get in.
She's got spirit, mate. She still gives it the beans.
I would be disappointed if she didn't.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, here she comes. Yeah. They had a picture on Shopwatch up in the shopping centre, and she spotted it. She says, "Oh look, got my photograph taken, love." Yeah, you should be proud of that. But hey ho.
Yeah, I was going to say, the police ever suggested hiring her for training exercises?
I would love to have seen the whole process of her getting her mugshot done. Just a minute, I'll just do my hair. Got to make sure I look right.
Because it's like, they've got a picture of us. They would have obviously had to have taken the picture at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they capture it off the door cam, didn't they? But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the Rozzers are like, yeah. So, yeah, I shouldn't laugh, really. It isn't. Well, the irony is the thing that makes it funny, because it's like, how many people out there that have got a 90-year-old aunt get a phone call saying, "Do you want to come and get her?" Yeah.
Yeah. I think by the time you get to that age, for the sort of stuff that she does, you can't get away with it, don't you? Really, it's like you know what? It's not the end of the world.
Oh yeah.
At that age,
I don't know what the fuss is about. She says only trinkets. Yeah, but it's their trinkets, Win, not yours, love. Yeah, but they got insurance. Win, it don't work like that. Come on, behave.
Oh, hello, my thing popped off. Ooh,
and then she goes, "I'm 90, you know." Yeah. It's like,
really? We'd never have known that.
Yeah, it's like, that's the answer, Win. Of course, Q says, "Surely the powers that be are insisting you refrain. You yourself must be imposing your will in the incorrect manner." No. Oh, God, yeah, all right, Hugh, whatever. Just agree with you. You're in a Hugh mood, I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But,
yeah, you can certainly play the age card when you're that age to get away with a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
And I think if you're not doing, if it, that like just little stuff like that, I think it's not
exactly
not murder or corporate fraud or anything like that. Then
let's have a think.
Right, how are we doing? What else have I got to paint now before I do the first wash? I know what I need to do.
Oh dear, what do you need to do, dear?
I've got to put little bits of metal on things. He's got like teeth as ornaments and they're on little metal bits. I'm just getting everything base painted before I go in and do the first actual wash.
Yeah.
So it's just picking out all the tiny little details.
Yeah.
I might repaint that big stubber as not silver as well.
Yeah. Yeah, politely declining to do one's told isn't imposing a view on someone. It's me saying, no, I'm not going to agree to what you're asking me to do. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah. There was a tooth somewhere. Where the hell was it?
Try and figure it out.
Oh, God, he's doing thinking.
Yeah, we've got a bit of parfage going on.
Take cover. Take cover.
Have a bit of frog and toad there.
Oops, some blue needs cleaning up there. Unfortunately, I know you can't see this because all you're seeing is the base it's glued to, but that's all you can actually get at the minute.
Yeah, so we got that there, a bit of path.
So there, I need to clean up that blue a little bit, which was Thunder Oak blue.
Thunder Oak blue.
Oh, with an H, not an oak. Oak. Like the flying oak, not the fighting oak.
There it is. That's what I wanted.
There it is.
That is what I wanted, but I decided to drop it. Oh.
Don't be like Festa. Don't drop things. There you go. That's that tidied up a little bit.
Go like so.
I'm not going to do every little bit of detailing because there's some stuff I'm going to do after I've washed it. But
sure.
Let us just have a quick lookety-loo. Anything I need to add? No.
Bit of a looky-loo, was it?
Mm-hmm. Bit of lookety-tuckety. Lookety-tuckety. I don't even know what that means. I've got to do some bronze colours as well.
I've got no idea what you're on about. I'm just letting you ramble, mate.
I need to do some bronze for bullet casings. I don't know what the builders were doing this morning, but I was desperately trying to get to sleep while they were doing the early morning building, and I was like getting a bit frustrated. But then they brought out some tool, and it just got me giggling unreasonably, because there was some tool they were using, and it was like, at first it sounded like a drill.
Was it a manly tool? Was it?
Well, I don't know, it might have been. I assume they're all burly builders, so it would be. But there was this little sort of very quiet drill, so like, and then it went, and I'm like, the hell was that? So I was lying there giggling. I'm like, right, I'm not angry anymore. I may as well just get up. Some squeaky little thing they're doing something with. Right.
Wasn't an auger, was it?
I don't know. It wasn't the brick drilling drill, because that sounds like, which is dead loud.
Yeah, that's a hammer drill, dear. Brick.
Yeah, and it wasn't
a brick
normal
drill.
I don't know, and it wasn't a normal drilly Black and Decker drill, because that just goes.
Yeah.
I don't know the technical terms for things. I'm not a tool scientist. Have I got any bronzy colours? I always ask this, and I never have them. Other than metallics. Metals. We have Rune Lord Brass. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Brass is a good colour for brass, I would have thought. Let's give it a jolly good shake. Oh, no, it's kind of... Oh, it's a dry... well, no. Is it a dry paint or is it just knackered? It's knackered. Okay, I'll order some more Rune Lord Brass then. It was like sponge.
You're doing well there, aren't you?
It was like sponge. Open the things like always like sponge. Oh dear. Brass Scorpion. Let's try that. Make a little note to order some of that Rune Lord Brass. I need more brassy colours anyway to do my Lord Crank when this is finished. Rune Lord Brass, made to make your things brassy. Now, you might think it's a cardinal sin for me to be putting metallics on my wet palette. But the truth is, when we do these live streams, this wet palette only lasts me like a night. So as soon as this is finished, I'll be taking the paper off and cleaning out the sponge anyway. So
you're a sponge.
Doesn't really matter. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see.
So, yeah.
What are you doing, buddy?
I'm laying. I was waiting for you to stop talking so I could tell people what I was doing, but I gave up.
Stop talking.
I'm just laying out where my vehicles are going to sit, mate.
Ooh.
Just roughly at the moment, because I've got other bits to add to it, like the fruit stands and things. So I just faff around until I'm picking up an idea. I just want to widen that road, actually. Bring it further forward.
You're doing the thinky stuff?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Like I say, it's
part of the fun.
It's part of the fun, isn't it? I've got a staircase to assemble yet, so I might assemble my staircase so that I know exactly where that's going to sit. Yeah. Because... Yeah. I'll get my head around it in a sec.
This is where you get to tell your story, you see?
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking of now. The story I'm going to be telling, so I'll just delicately rest them back in there for a minute. Because I need to plan where the staircase is going to go, because there's going to be constructive building going on in it. Or a facade of a building.
A facade? Like a movie set?
Yeah. Let's have a looky, Kims, just to see how that pans out. So get that started.
Not done many dioramas, but I have enjoyed them every time I've done one.
Yeah, it's something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway. So I want to whop that on the edge of the building, because I'm mindful of the fact of where this is going to be stored. So it's going to be in quite a restricted space in the counter, so I can't go too big.
James is thinking, I'm glad you know where it's going to be stored.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They might put it on a bonfire and burn it. I don't know.
I doubt that.
But, yeah. So we've got that to go in. So I kind of need to see the footprint of that bad boy. I've got a feeling I need to come further forward. So I think that'll actually be the edge of the building there, with the staircase on it. And then I need to make sure that I've got room to still back the truck in there. The cellar door's going to be roughly here somewhere. And then this will be a bit of frog and toad in the corner there. So
you have to kind of think about it as a real world, don't you? And they think, well, you wouldn't have the door there because you can't get the truck in there.
Exactly. You've got to think of all the different scenarios. So, yeah. I'll probably find I'll build the staircase and it'll be too big. But hey, you know, we'll see. I don't have to use the whole staircase. I can do it in different sections. So
yeah. Well, Roses are out. I can hear a siren in the background at where we are. It could be an ambulance.
I've been quite quiet round here for a little while. There's not been a lot going on, which is nice for a change, let's be honest.
I realised the other day, actually, it's funny how I've never actually noticed it before, but like whenever we often, like, you know, 2 or 3 times a week maybe you'll hear the police helicopter flying around. And it's not because we live in a crimey kind of area, it's just, you know, there's motorways and main roads and things, so there's always going to be some sort of presence going on. And the funny thing is, I've only just realised is I've never heard sirens when I've heard the police helicopter. So it's like so it's either they're floating around up there and just everybody's ignoring them, or where's all the other vehicles that they're guiding the other police to? It's like, you think you'd hear sirens and stuff.
Peachy says, have you built your foam cutter yet? He got his today and built it earlier, and it was smaller than I was expected. Yeah, I have it in a box above my head. I assemble it whenever I use it, and then when I'm not using it, I just flat pack it back in its box. It's about A3 size, there or thereabouts. So, yeah, I'd say the footprint of the table and everything's about A3 size. You've got the slider on it and the big arm that comes over. So, yeah, it's about the size of my cutting mat. I think it's a brilliant little contraption. I really do, because it does the job at the end of the day.
I just find it really mesmerising to watch them because it's all silent almost.
Exactly.
I mean, it is when you watch it. Obviously, to the person doing it, there's a little noise, but on videos, it just comes out. It's like cutting cheese, and I don't mean trumping.
I could. Oh,
you could. Go on, you want to.
I could have it.
Have it.
That is going up the front there. To go in there, so that could be the end of the building. The posers there.
It's always good to have it going up the front.
And then the butcher and all of that lot could be underneath the staircase.
Underneath the stair.
So yeah, we're going to have a bit of that going on. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with. But yeah, I was going to put more vehicles on it at one point, but it's just going to grow too big, and it's just like, got to get it back.
Do you still want me to send you that little?
No, I wouldn't bother now, mate.
Okay.
To be honest with you, mate. Yeah. Because I've got to take into account, their counter space where things go, and I'm like my long dioramas. It's like
1 foot wide and 12 foot long.
Yeah, it's like
a bit like the Arnhem display at Manchester Museum.
Yeah, because my original concept has changed many times now.
Yes.
So yeah,
his brain's there. It's not long enough, and he's more long. As wide as you want, but it needs to be longer.
One of them, innit? You have this vision in your head, and then you're like, I've now got to think of the practicality of them trying to store it. And it's like, you didn't think that through, did you? So,
well, this is part of the fun of your creative process, is that you don't sit there and analyse everything. Normally you just go, let's just do it straight
build it and then go, right, where the hell am I going to put this now?
Yeah. But that leads to some of the best things, though, so you can't knock you for that process. Can't ever knock you for that process. Yeah. I envy you that process.
Absolutely do, mate. It's fun. Flash. Look at that. Flash. Flash. Look.
Ooh, there's something you don't see very often.
I know.
Take a photograph and save it forever.
Yeah, I'm mightily impressed. I've seen that sort of flash for years.
I haven't seen that sort of flash since I last opened an Airfix kit.
Other kits are available.
Yeah, an old Airfix kit, let's qualify that. I haven't seen that since I last opened the Airfix 172nd JU52. Oh, dear God. That silver plastic haunts me. It will to my dying day.
Mine last one, I think it was the BOAC Comet. And their very early version of the Air France Concorde. It was like, somewhere in this flash is a Delta wing from a Concorde.
in contents, flash, also potentially some kit parts. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yes, I went to a place. I was buying some stuff, and there was like an Airfix 172nd JU, and I love the JU52, the Junkers 52, especially when you get the float pane version. It's really nice, and I built one as a kid. And I thought, I don't think that was the one I built because it's a bit small, but I'll get that. It was only like £7. It was one of these pile of Airfix kits, and I bought it, and it was like, I opened the box, looked at the parts, looked at the completely not transparent canopy that was so scraped and scruffy it was may as well just been opaque plastic, and thought, I'll put that in my bits box, and it can be sprue, it can be bits and greebles.
It's the greebles, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. because many years ago, it was a Ju-52 float plane that was my first ever airbrushed model.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I was very proud of it. I had the blue underneath and the camouflage colours. And this was when I was like in my teens, so it was a really crappy airbrush and air can. I didn't know what I was doing.
Retro Rabbit's in, says hi, everyone. Hello,
James.
Retro, how are you? James is in, saying hello to everyone.
Hello, the other James.
Yeah. Yeah, happy days.
Are you going to have any form of arch in your picture?
Yes.
In your diorama, so you can sing. I'm going to put this here underneath the ah.
How can I not?
Yeah. Willow.
No.
Oh. Something came to a halt.
Oh, dear.
I was trying so hard not to laugh.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, dear. What a way up.
What I love is the fact that you try so hard to get a word in edgeways me, but the moment I stop talking.
Yeah, it's Murphy's Law, isn't it? Murphy's Law.
Wait for the sausage.
Hugh says, just asking, not in any mood whatsoever. Speaking for myself, I never got hassled for something I didn't have a part in. I'll just shut up. No need to shut up, mate. It just came over that you was been a bit, all good. Not going to get involved in an argument, dude. It's not what we're about.
Nope.
But, I'm not saying I was a good boy. I'm not saying I was a naughty boy.
And there's no proof to say otherwise.
Notice how I'm deflected the issue there. That was a microphone picking up someone walking past the front door on this.
The microphone picking up some sort of traditionally quiet noise. That was a really lazy trump.
I just leant forward to get a sander out of the drawer and it was like...
Something else came out.
As soon as you giggled, I'm like, they didn't hear that, surely. I thought I'd got away with it.
Because it's like it started and I thought, well, I can't, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to see how long this goes on for. And then I thought, I'll just say nothing. And then I could feel that you were just sitting there going, please don't say you heard it. Please don't say you heard it. And then I started giggling. I couldn't not.
Yeah, sorry, that awkward moment.
People find it funny.
Apologies, folks, if anyone's offended, but it is only nature at the end of the day. We all do it.
Scale Modelling Chaos says, mine's really small then. It's only about A5. Granted, what do I expect for 50p?
Oh, bless you.
Hugh Gordon made a foam cutter years ago. It's a great tool.
Yeah.
Retro Rabbit has the Proxon.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've got.
Much. Yep. Hugh says, back in the 70s, hot wire cutter for polystyrene casting moulds gave me the idea. When I was very young and very naive and like literally not almost only barely a teenager, the first ever dioramas I did was basically a block of polystyrene, and I mean polystyrene made out of the little balls. You know, you get in like a shaped to fit the end of your TV or whatever.
Oh yeah, I know the ones. Yeah.
And I just literally get a hot knife, like a butter knife, and heat it, and then cut them like that, and then cut them around. And I tell you what, the whole house stank of melting polystyrene for hours. I didn't know what I was doing. I'd cover it all in PVA and just sprinkle grass texture on it, and that was it. That was my dioramas. I made a snowy landscape out of flour. I was only like 11.
Surprising what we used to make back in the day. But see, this was the thing. We used to make stuff back then, and you just don't see it now, do you?
Yeah. Chaos says, you should see the flash on the 1600 Airfix HMS Ark Royal. It took me around 2 hours to clear it off all the parts.
Really?
The Bobbin says, well, that happened.
What I should have done was gone, you like that?
Do you like that? If you can pick up an old model train transformer, a fret saw handle and some cutter wire, it's fairly straightforward to make your own.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah. I had a homemade one for a number of years. Mine was, I chopped the front end of a sieve off and they had the sieve handle with the bow on it, and then there's the thing going across it. But the table I got purely and simply because I could do like the Ringo diorama and that. I can run the whole thing through and do variable shapes. So I thought I'll go out and buy one. So it's just giving me a little bit more freedom, the table one, I must admit.
Bobbin says, I have that Airfix JU52 in the stash. I will do it eventually. No, you won't. Trust me, you'll open the box. You'll look at the canopy, which has almost no frame printed into it, and it's not actually transparent. You'll be like, going away now.
You lose the will to live, did you, mate?
Yeah, it'll just be greebles. Trust me. Right, so I'm going to step away for one moment, and when I come back, I think I'm ready to do a wash.
That's a Steve B. Free kit, that is, then, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Right, back in a sec.
Oh yeah, no worries. I heard, mate. There you go. Put a little bit of that on there, that'll do. What's going on? Yeah. Peachy says, yeah, granted, but what do I expect for 50p? Exactly, mate. Yeah, it's one of them. I mean, I got it on a lightning deal a couple of years ago, and yeah, it's one of them. Do I use it as much as I thought? Well, I am going to get more into doing little vignettes and things like that, so I can see it getting put to good use, to be honest with you. It's going to come out when I cut the base for this and trim that up, because I shall put the buildings on, and then I'll just chop one corner off at a slightly jaunty angle just to give it a little bit more character. So for that sort of thing, yeah, it comes in handy. And I did it for my little foam blocks, you know, little breeze blocks and things like that. So it comes in handy if you're doing a lot of things like that, because like I say, if you've got a gate there that you can rest the bits across, you could literally speed them through and get a lot done. So yeah, they're worth it. Oops. Don't tell Fox. Pardon me. Note to self. Try not to move. I don't know. This is just a little landing that I'm putting together. I'm not too fussed at the moment about any areas that aren't great, because it's going to get proper brutalised, because don't forget, this is World War II era. So, you know, things aren't going to be neat and pristine. So apparently I've got to make two of them. So, yeah. So we want another F4. And this pretty much, this little staircase, you can do any configuration that you want. So I'm going to do a lower tier on this just to see, because I'm not going to do full height buildings, because this is going on a counter shelf just below where the tills are. So I've got about that much height to work with. So I'm literally going to have the buildings just a little bit taller than the trucks, so that the buildings disappear. So there's only going to be the bottom part of the staircase going up at a jaunty angle. So that's my theory. If I get enough height with it, then I'll have this piece of landing at the top, and then it'll just disappear then. So.
Yeah, it's like a film set. You only build up about 8 foot.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's the plan.
Just paint the top edge black and you're done.
Exactly.
Right.
Hugh says, must admit to having a few procs on bits and bobs kicking about. They are beautifully made, Hugh, aren't they? Let's be honest, mate. Yeah. It's German build quality. That's all we say.
Das ist richtig.
There you go.
As the Germans will tell you, they don't build them well. They build them correctly.
Yes, exactly.
My brother was once told by a German colleague at Ford. He pulled up to fill his car up at a German petrol station, his company car, which of course in Germany the petrol cap is on the other side, and he got confused because his petrol cap was on the UK side, and he had to then pull it out and go all the way around again. And he says, petrol cap's on the wrong side. And the German guy went, no, it is on the correct side.
Yeah.
Right.
Germans have got a real deadpan way of just delivering the obvious, haven't they?
I have been exposed to, although I can't remember any, German humour in my past.
Yeah.
And they actually can be quite funny. But it's a very dry sense of humour.
Yeah.
But yes, there are some good German howlers out there. But unfortunately, can't remember them. Right, so a little bit of red, I think, on there to touch that up, and then we'll get a wash on it. Ooh, what do it now?
Happy days.
Black paint as well. Are your plans coming to a foot there?
Yeah, I'm just, like I say, it's a slow process because, yeah, it's a staircase, isn't it?
Process of slowness.
Yeah.
Right, a little bit on there and a little bit on there, and then we are done. I could sit here painting details on this for days, but I need to just get on with it.
Yeah.
Because it's only the base coats.
Yeah, you'll be there with all the details. So many details.
So many details. Yeah, there's not so much I need to paint for it just yet, because it's just the... Excuse you.
Oh no, you missed that. You was gone. There may have been.
Was there more catastrophic failures?
Allegedly, yes. There was.
All the best things happen when I'm not here.
Exactly. Right, so we've got a bit of that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
drive belt on this
side.
power hammer thing. What do you call it? It's like a hammer with two saw blade wheels on it. So I want a chain. Is it a chain hammer? Well, it's not a sword though, is it? It's a hammer. So I don't know what you call it. It's like a chainsaw
call
hammer.
It what you like. Sword. It don't matter. It's not real.
No, I'm just curious of when you actually refer it to as chain hammer, power hammer, hammer time. Do no, I can't sing that.
No, you can't sing it, mate.
Can't sing this, dum dum.
Well, you could, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't. That's that on that. Touch up with the silver.
Pete'll be going, where's all my revenue gone? Yeah, Fox might have started singing again, Pete.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
How tempted have you been to put Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse in any of your videos just because it's now completely copyright free?
I haven't been, actually.
I was thinking about the day, I'm like, just for the sake of being able to use a Disney property, copyright free nowadays, it'd be like, it's worth doing it just at least once.
The thought hadn't entered my mind, mate, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I need to figure out some way of using it.
Yeah.
Chance that another Disney property will come out of copyright in our lifetime.
If I was to be thinking about that and H leant over and went, what are you thinking about? And I go, Steamboat Willie, she's going to be making that phone call, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He had a disappointing look on his face as they applied the straitjacket.
But he gave me all the bank account details first, so it's all good. Right. Apologies to everyone that I'm doing this on the painting handle, and all you keep seeing is the back of the handle, but
Don't worry about it.
I don't want to be holding it too much and knocking paint off the base.
It's still a bit fragile, is it, dear?
No, but there's no point taking any risks. Just don't. And at this point as well, it's when you're painting it, I will be handling the model so much that paint would just start coming off all over the place. So Safer if I just keep it on a DAS handle. That's what they're for, after all. So.
Oh yeah, that's what they're designed for, mate.
Yeah. Can't say I'm a big fan of the new ones, though. See, this is the old one.
I find them a bit cumbersome, mate. Better off just making your own.
Well, that's the old one, and I love the old one. But the new one is this kind of poncy-looking wine glass thing, which is it's all right, but I just don't know. It doesn't feel as good in the hand.
Easiest thing to do is just get a big lump of old dowel, and yeah, Bob's your uncle, isn't it? Make your own.
That requires making.
Yeah, I thought I was just checking me sound then. I thought, God, Fox has gone quiet. Does me sound dying?
No, I was painting a little delicate bit, sorry. I was doing the sticky out tongue painty bit.
Oh dear.
Right, a bit of paint on that
How many have
skull.
we got? 1, 2,
To get some red on that
powers of deduction.
crotch bit. Ah, Mr. Crotchpiece. Welcome.
Welcome. You're most welcome.
Oh, Mr. Crotchpiece, I expect you to die. I don't know where I'm going with that. Just
I've
go
got
with
no idea where you're going. I gave up that.
Just let it go. Let it go on. Right, I shall let that sit for a minute. And then we shall shade. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. I'm not doing the eyes yet.
The eyes have it. The eyes have it.
Eye.
Get them out there. Let's get them all cut.
Beep, 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 beep. No, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do.
What's that?
I'm not going to have the big heavy stubber in silver. I'm going to have it in realistic gun colour, like, Dark Reaper and then dry brushing silvers.
Oh, you hero.
So it looks like gunmetal rather than standard Warhammer silver. I think. Because it's not like a typical orc junk weapon. It looks like a well-made weapon. So
yeah,
which is unusual for orcs, but if it looked like it was made out of junk, I'd just keep it silver and rust it, but...
Absolutely. Retro says, I'm back again. I don't think I missed anything vital. No, we was just killing time till he got back, mate.
Yeah, we were just, treading water. Bigger brush.
Do you need a bigger brush, dear?
I need a bigger brush, is what I need. That's what I need. Do a great big shade brush. Because I tried the other day, I was painting some weapons, and what I tried doing was painting it this grey colour.
Yeah.
And then instead of doing a couple of coats of null oil, I did one coat of, what was it called? Black Templar, one of the contrast paints, because I've not really used the contrast paints.
Yeah, the contrast paints. I love the contrast paints.
Yeah, and it actually came out all right. It was quite good, actually. I was like, okay, that looks kind of the same as 6 coats of null oil, but with less effort.
Yeah.
I can live with that, especially the less effort part.
Oh, yeah, it's right up your street. I'm surprised you've never taken to them more, to be honest with you.
Well, I've used some to get a kind of Borderlands watercolour painted effect, colour effect. But I've never been, whenever I've seen models painted with them, they've always had that kind of slightly like watercolour look, and it's not been...
it's not something to me. Yeah, it's not something that floats your boat, is it?
No, but that's just the way that those people have used them. So, but looking at the day, I thought, I wonder if I can use this for... Oh, okay.
You mean people like me that have done slap chop painting?
No. I mean, like people that just bang them on the model and that's it. And so a lot of the stuff you see is people like to put a primer layer down, then they just put the coat on, and that's kind of all they do. And it's like,
I tend to use them as glazes majority of the time.
Yeah. You've used them differently, and that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I tend to use them to embellish rather than be the actual primary colour. I just use them as a glaze. Works for me.
Because they were intended as like an easy way for beginners to get colour on the models without having to do base layer and highlights and stuff like that. And a lot of people just use them like that. But then there are people that just started using them for other things, like just as any other. There's like a different tool in your toolbox, and that's when it became interesting for that. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of folks just go, yeah, that's how you do it. You know, paint it that way. Xenophil, one layer, done. It's like, yeah, but I tend to do it the old school way and then use them as a glaze. It just,
yeah. But that's what opened my eyes to him a little bit. When I need to do that, like, I didn't want to do non-metallic metals because that's not what the Borderlands colour scheme is. It's like, it's not cel-shaded. It's like a comic book. It's like watercolour and inks. So that's what I needed. And I just, for some reason, thought that would work, and it kind of did. So, right, so that's there.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm. So I see them now as, like, not paints to use in the traditional sense, like just like putting them over a primer and stuff, but to use for special effects and other things that I haven't thought about yet or discovered yet. So I've not really got many at the moment, but I'll probably get more.
Yeah, I just splurged at the time because I got it on the deal, so I was just like, yeah, I'll get the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I did, actually, because it's given me loads of different colours. But again, especially if you're doing weathering and washes and things, it's surprising how you end up just using a contrast paint as a wash.
Well, they're kind of, it's almost like a shade, but with the more dense pigment, isn't it? And it's more like an ink. They're more like inks, and you just like people that make their own washes out of inks. It's like that, but with a lot of pre-mixing already. So, yeah, so I'll probably get more. But I won't be doing things like paint a piece of leather white and put snakebite leather on it, and that's it. No, I still want to do lots of different colours, but I'll use it for things. Right, so I need to let that dry. And then it is time for the washes. How are you getting on with yours, Spud?
All right, mate. I'm doing fine, mate. I'm just, going about me business.
What is that in there, all those sprues?
It's a staircase, dude.
Ah, cool.
That staircase that I said to you about 20 minutes ago, I'm going to sit and build the staircase, mate.
Yeah, I know, but I was looking at the spruce thinking, what is that?
Oh, yeah, it's staircase, mate.
It's the staircase. You go, oh, yeah. Makes sense now. I'll look at the handrails.
Yeah, loads of different options for it as to what format you do. So I'm just trying to envisage in my head where I want to go with it so that I build the bit I want. So
up. You see what I did there?
I did, unfortunately, see what you did there. I'm just
you opened that one up to me.
I'm just ignoring you.
I couldn't not take it. Right, let's have a quick look at chat while I'm waiting for that to dry. La 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 la. Copyright on films in the US is 95 years, so Snow White will be in public domain in about 8 years. Yeah, I've no desire to do anything with that. I want to try non-metallic metals, but not sure how to do it, says Rabbit. I've never... No, actually, I'm thinking about object source lighting. I've never felt the urge to try non-metallic metals. I understand why you do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you paint a two-dimensional painting, you can't paint metallics. So but on a 3D model, I've never felt the need to. To me, it's like just use a metallic paint. But it can look beautiful. But it's so.
Oh yeah, when done right, yeah.
Oh yeah, it can be. But I've studied it and been like, yeah, I'm never doing that because it's far too complicated for me. I haven't got the skills for that.
Well, I've got a motorcycle kit that I am doing as an industrial variant. And it is literally all different metals. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to have great fun doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Proper right up my street, that is.
Oh, yeah.
It's just something different. The purists will hate it, but I don't care.
But you know what? That's brilliant, because if it makes them angry, that's just grist for our mill.
Mate, if it makes them angry, it means I've done it correctly.
Yeah. It's the easy way to wheedle out those people who are just rivet counters. Do something that will make them go, then you found them then. That's it, done. Hooray.
I do seem to attract them. It's like, mate, at the end of the day, they want a rivet count. Good luck to them. That's their thing. Yeah. Happy days. But, yeah.
If they want to be that grumpy about it, then, you know.
It can be funny, though, can't it, at the end of the day? It's like, yeah, it's a badge of honour. You know you've made it in this hobby when you get a stalker and a rivet counter. It's like, yeah, I've made it now.
It's like in our hobby, rivet counters are the same as people that go on about the console wars in gaming, you know, the Xbox versus PC stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just sit there and think, you know what? I play the games on the console I own. I don't care where other people play their games. It's of no interest to me. And same with rivet counting. It's like, I might not have done it like that. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
I think you'll find if you do it this way, you'll play the game better. It's like, yeah, but I'm having fun.
Like, I think you'll find that I don't care how other people do these things. It's how I do it. Right. Come on, hurry up, drive faster. Must drive faster.
It is going to be the world's wonkiest staircase until the other side goes on, but I'm not worried about it.
Wonky staircase. Ba-dib-ba-dib-dib-doo. That's the point, yeah, because you've got to put all the slats on and then the other side. It's like, oh, that's...
Yeah, got all the banisters to do, and that's all right. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. You know, you've got all different variants that you can do. I'm happy.
I do find it fascinating they've released a model kit of stairs, and it's just like, it's not just 3 parts like Airfix or Evolve.
Yeah, but it just gives you options that you can do different variants of it. You can do straight, you can have staggered staircase. You just get you do what you like with it.
I like the fact that, is that ICM by any chance or mini art?
It's mini art, mate. The whole build is different mini art bits, mate. Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff that they make that nobody else just bothers making. It's like,
well, it's all stuff that you don't see many people build either. It's like fruit stands and street musicians and that. All that little paraphernalia that you would want on your diorama, they do. So I like that. You know, I like the little quirky vehicles in their range, and I just thought this would be something different. Lets people see a bit of everything then, doesn't it?
Yeah, or a little bit of character to your build.
Yeah.
So I like the fact they do that.
Yeah, the whole road and all of that lot will probably take longer to do than the build itself. But again, it lets people see that, you know, out of a bit of old styrofoam, what you can do. And
yeah. Scale Modelling Chaos says, I'm waiting for Colin to finish the stairs, then realise one of the slats is upside down. Now you've said it.
Yeah, I checked and double-checked to make sure that when it's built, I've actually got the pegs for the banisters the right way up, because I'd have been heartbroken if I had done 8 stairs and it was upside down, because,
See, what you can't see right now is his left eye is twitching ever so slightly.
No, I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. I did my research and checked. I checked the instructions.
I would do that. I'd have like 1 slat.
Yeah,
because that's what I would do. I'd be like, oh. Right, let's do some shade.
I can't even do a test fit yet because I haven't built the building. That's the frustrating thing.
Oh yeah, good point.
But yeah, so I can't test fit it against the wall because the building don't exist yet. So, but I need it. I need to build 1 section and let it dry, just so that I can map out on my sketch where everything's going to go. And already doing the initial measurement of the stair let me see that my original idea for the building layout needs to change slightly. So
tweak a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get some clean water. One sec.
So you'll have a gable end of a building here, and then you'll have a little alleyway that the beer trucks poked its Irish down. And then the pub is going to be on this corner with, like I say, the cellar and all of that lot. So, yeah, we'll have a bit of that going on. It's just something different at the end of the day. There's 1,000,001 ways to skin this cat.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm shortening each stair as well, which is making it really fun. But it does give you that option where you can shorten them, so...
Yeah, shorten your bits.
Just makes the staircase a little bit narrower. So it'll fit tighter against the wall. Because I was going to do the full double one, but it's going to take up too much room. So I should have this single against the wall, disappearing, so it could go anywhere. So I'll leave that for the people's imagination.
Yes, planning has been going on in your brain folds. Put
a Led Zeppelin soundboard in their stairway. See what I did?
Ooh. Yeah, and then you can get yourself banned from all the music shops in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not going to put any wash on these bits on the back of the exhaust because they're going to get like a heat stain effect specifically later. So
our local music shop, it's Stairway to Heaven and Back in Black.
Oh, yeah. I went into a music shop in St Andrews and it had the thing over the door saying, if you play Stairway to Heaven, you will be asked to leave.
Yeah.
And it was next door to a little restaurant who on the menu, a little cafe, one of the menu items was potatoes of the night. Which just means tonight's potato is chips, potatoes, whatever.
I used to like it when you used to get soup of the day.
Soup? What's soup du jour? It's the soup of the day. I'll have that, please.
And whenever you went past and said, so, what is your soup of the day? Tomato.
Tomato, yep.
It's like, you got the tin of vines, didn't you? Basically, that's what you're saying.
Yep. We had the Italian restaurant where all they ever had was minestrone. He said, what's the soup of the day? Minestrone. It's always minestrone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like getting a haircut at Jose's. You always came out with the obligatory short back and sides.
Short back and sides, oh yeah.
Never the haircut in the photo.
Makes me laugh that in the 70s, all hairdressers seem to have been called, all hairdressers and ice cream men were called Tony. I don't quite know why.
Yeah.
At least around here, anyway. Now, I wasn't going to do any shading on the actual armour for the Mega Armour, but I think what I might do is do shading on it, but then wipe it off with water. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but because it might look a bit more interesting. I don't want to put big shade on it because it'll get rid of all my stippling and rusting, but if I do like a bit of shade like that, and then wet my brush and just run it in, it'll get rid of most of it, but leave it in the recesses, which is quite nice. Just darkens it a little bit. Because I've done all weathering on it and I was going to just leave it, but I'll just do that, but I'll wipe the excess off. Because I want to do enamel weathering on the armour later.
Yeah. You Golden says it's a contrast thing, bit of minefield for me, but I get it.
Yeah, I think once I realised that most people were just using contrast paints the way that GW intended, which was as a beginner paint to get things done quickly. And that didn't inspire me at all. But when I realised you can use it for other things, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it just becomes like another tool in your toolbox. In the same way, you've got different kinds of paintbrush and different kinds of clippers.
Exactly. Like I say, I just use them as blends, glazes.
Yep. Well, a lot of frogs round your way.
Sorry, mate.
A lot of frogs round your way.
Yeah, I think it's someone's obviously dragging something along the street there, mate.
Yeah, that's what you get for living near a pond, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that toad needs to clear its throat, mate.
I think it did. Yeah, like, I mean, you've made yourself, like, Lamented, because I've got a load of pots of Lamenter's Yellow, which is an old Games Workshop glaze that doesn't exist anymore because they don't make the glazes anymore. And it's brilliant for, like, yellow lights and stuff. But I know you've made yourself some out of the Irons and Yellow, haven't you, which is a contrast paint.
Yeah, I use FW inks as well.
Yeah.
To make glazes and that. I've got one just off shot. I'll show you it in a sec. I'm just holding a stair together at the moment.
Yeah, hold your stairs, ladies. But you can use them because they're like inks. You can use them to make your own like shades and things. So I'm keeping an eye on them.
I probably will come up with my own concoction, and I think you'll be impressed. You got obviously Bloodletter Red.
Yep.
Here it is. How about that one?
Yeah. Because, like I say, if if you've never tried the old GW glazes, they were brilliant.
And then obviously
the yellow was
Gilliman
fantastic.
Blue, Lamenter's Yellow.
Lamenter's Yellow. I treasure mine. They were so good, those glazes. Shame they don't exist anymore. But they replaced them with the contrast, so.
Exactly, but yeah, you can replicate them. So.
Yeah.
I am that sad that I have a spreadsheet with all the recipes.
That's all right. What was it I made a spreadsheet of the other day? I did something.
You've got a spreadsheet of Far Cry Primal's language. You've translated it all, haven't you, dear?
Yeah, I am so sad. In Far Cry Primal, it's...
I told you I'd grass you up.
Yeah, Far Cry Primal, right, is set in 10,000 years BC, and it's all in these 3 made-up Proto-Indo-European languages. So it's all subtitled. But I was like, I decided, I went online and looked up, there is actually a lexicon available for it. So you can see what the translations, so you can learn all the words. And I actually made I found a spreadsheet and tweaked it a little bit as a lexicon. So when somebody says something in the game, say the word I keep hearing in the game, I can go back and look it up and say, oh, that's what that means.
I just thought the neckbeard status there went up a level, mate.
Oh, yeah. Well, it just means when somebody's calling out for help, I can say, oh, that's the word for help. I know that now.
I was so proud of you.
Smakakar takar.
I think you knew as soon as you told me that I would use that as ammo.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, you're more than welcome, because I'm kind of proud of it. It's like, yeah, I say I was just taking existing sources and tidying up their spreadsheet a little bit, but...
Don't try to blame other people for your nerdism.
Most people don't have a spreadsheet of all the different words in the game in this made-up language. They made up 3 whole languages for that game. They got, like, actual proper linguists who are experts in Paleolithic languages.
My friend's wife is fluent in Klingon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, and they're proper pair of Trekkies. They go to all the conventions and that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
As you can tell, she goes as a Klingon, so.
Yep.
Which is really quite funny when they're all done up to the nines, but that's their thing.
I've got my prized collection of Star Trek props. It's only tiny.
And they're also heavily into steampunk. So that's how they dress 24 hours a day is full-blown steampunk. And it just looks so elegant. It really does.
It has got a certain elegance to it, hasn't it?
Mm.
The waistcoat I'm wearing at the minute, not right now because I've got a microphone lead in the back of the t-shirt.
You're Raymond Reddington.
No, not that one. I've got another one that's got this not a 4-button waistcoat, it's a 5-button waistcoat. So the collar, the jacket collar is even higher. It's proper like where the knot of your tie would be, proper Victorian steampunk.
Yeah.
Proper like Downton Abbey. And I'm like, I didn't like it at first, but then when I started wearing it, I was like, actually, you know what? I kind of like it. It's just
we're at that age now where a waistcoat is acceptable attire, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you get away with the waistcoat when you're our age. I used to wear waistcoats all the time, and then I'd stop, but now I'm like kind of getting back into them. But collared waistcoats. Not smart ones like you get on a suit, but like wool, like, proper wool, Victorian style waistcoats. Collars. Slightly steampunkish, I would suppose. At a pinch. Right. So that is me brown wash. I probably did most of it off camera, but never mind. I'll get a lot of it off the armour.
It's the armour underneath the armour.
I'll probably regret washing over the armour now because it unfortunately covers up a lot. I'll have to go back and do a lot more rust chipping again and bring it all back again, and highlights and stuff. But I'll live with it.
There you go.
I need to put some rusty washes on those as well, on the metals. Oh, I've not done his big chopper. Well, that's what it's called. It's just a chopper, isn't it? In old terminology, it's just called a big chopper. I've just remembered now.
No, don't say it, Cole. Move on.
That's what they call them. He's waving his big chopper around. Well, he's a mega knob.
I'll see what he did there.
He's a mega knob, so.
All right, so we've got a bit of that, bit of that, bit of that. Oh, we've got banisters as well. Oh, got a bit of the old Rogers going on. Gives you a bit of that.
Bit of banister. You see what I did there?
I did. I can breathe out now. I've done a bit of stairs. Oh,
a bit of stairs. Cool.
Let's just whop them on the...
You're ascending to new heights. You see what I did there?
I did. I just want to rest them on the glass mat just for a minute, just to check them for true.
Did you like that? Do you think it was good?
Did you like that?
Do you like that?
A touch of wind tonight.
I hadn't noticed.
Concealing it well, mate, isn't I?
Yeah, nobody in chat or watching this will have even begun to realise.
I don't know what she's put in my food, but yeah. Hugh says, at least you can't get your feet stuck in the arms of a waistcoat. I'd have a go, Hugh, believe you me, mate.
Yeah.
Because I am that bloke. I shut my own head in my car door, mate. So there's nothing is not a possibility in my world, mate. When
H was sorting your dinner out, are you streaming tonight? Yes. Sprinkling something in there.
Yeah.
I've got the walking away music in my head now because she's in Bannister.
Yeah, Bannister, have you some of that? So we've got a bit of landing.
Right, I need to stop fretting that now and let it dry.
We could have that almost coming down. Oh, I like that. Coming down onto that. Or we could just have it as a short staircase going uppity way. So we'll see what the old brick wall looks like. Yeah.
Short staircase for the special kids on the short bus.
See what we did there.
Yeah, right, well, seeing as I'm waiting for this wash to dry, folks, I've got nothing to do, so ping us lots of questions in comments in chat, and I'll do chat dolling for a bit.
How are we doing for time? Got about half hour. We'll go off at 11, so...
Yeah. So ping lots of comments that I can read out. I'll chat dolly for a bit. Don't worry, Colin says, Scale Modelling Chaos, no one has noticed the green mist floating around you.
I don't think people have picked up on it. I think it's just Fox. He's got a cute earring. I think I've got away with it.
Listen, if I can hear it through my Apple earpiece, which is just an Apple headphone, then people watching on their nice TVs and things will definitely hear it.
Yeah, but in my little world, I convince that I've got away with it, don't I? And
yes, convince yourself all you want.
Yeah, it's not working, is it? No.
Nope. Absolutely.
Of course, you wouldn't let me forget anyway. You love it.
You love it.
Loves it. Right, so we can now come back.
Jamie Bone is in. Hey, Jamie, not seen you for a long time. Hey, Jamie,
hello,
welcome.
Geez, how you keeping, Jamie? Not seen you for a long time, mate.
It's been ages since we've had Jamie Bone in chat.
Yeah, hope you're keeping well. Because we do. We like to know we're all safe and well.
Yep. And seeing as he hasn't popped in chat, I had it ready, so I'm going to do my Carl Sagan quote. Because he's not here, but, I've lined one up in advance.
What would you like me to build up? Our very own model-making Carl Sagan is in. See what I did?
The best antidote for pseudoscience, I firmly believe, is science. There you go.
There you go.
I'll give you a bonus one. Where skeptical observation and Oh, sorry, go on.
No, carry on.
Where skeptical observation and discussion are suppressed, the truth is hidden. There you go. He's not here, but I'll do one anyway. So there you go. Smelly vision never did take off, says Hugh Gordon, as I knock my camera once again. Get them questions and comments in, folks, while I'm sat here reading the chat.
Yeah, you want to.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to do. Waiting for shades to dry. Not much else you can do. This is that new...
50 Shades of Drying, this is it?
50 Shades of Drying, yeah. This is that new formula Argrex Earthshade, so I'll see what it comes out like.
Yeah.
I've not used it yet before now. Seems all right.
Yeah, they changed the formula, didn't they?
Yeah, the normal oil wasn't quite as dark, but I've not tried the Argrex yet. I've not actually had a chance to use the normal oil.
Right, let's let that tack off for a little bit.
Yeah, tack off. That sounds quite insulting.
Let's take the doors off, because I keep knocking them off. I'll glue them on once this is built.
Get your doors off. Hugh says evening to Jeff.
It's going to be the footprint. That sticks out. So then that'll go on the end.
Any more bench and bellies, folks? Let us know.
Somewhere like so. Oh, that'd be perfect. Happy days.
You're having fun creative thinkings there. Ooh.
Yeah.
I recognise that truck.
Well, that one, yeah.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to have a little tarpaulin thrown over that, just on that corner there. So I shall be adding that to it.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it's just something simple, innit? So,
I've got the meatball salad burps, and they're quite delightful.
Oh, are they?
It's like a second meal for free. Woohoo! Scale Modelling Chaos says, right, I'm off as I've got an early start in the morning. Catch you all later. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
There you go, mate.
Now, you might be wondering why I don't just hairdryer these shades. You can hairdryer shades, but it does sometimes change the way they look when they dry, or they can sometimes lie in recesses as little piles of paint sometimes because they don't get a chance to level out. So I prefer not to unless I'm really desperate. But you can hairdryer them if you want to.
Exactly.
But I don't want to take the risk. No, disassemble. I don't know what that voice was meant to be.
I've got no idea what you're on about, to be honest.
I do not know what I was talking about. Scale Modelling Chaos says, remember, thumbs up, people.
Absolutely.
Or just give the video a thumbs up, yeah.
It all helps at the end of the day. Shares the love a little bit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Don't forget, folks, to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so it gives you all the updates and notifications. If any of us decide to do a last-minute live stream with no warning,
smash the like button.
Smash the like button, like and subscribe.
We do love that, don't we, when people do that?
At some point, one of us has got to do a build called My First Tank Build, like and subscribe.
I could do that quite easily. You know I could.
My first tank build. Yeah, it's like if I'm like watching YouTube content, I'm an absolute nightmare when it comes to just like blocking channels. You know, like so you don't see them in your recommendations.
Yeah.
So I'll look up a subject, and I've got like various standards. Like if within the first 5 seconds the host is wearing an enormous baseball cap without the bill duct, blocked. No, don't want to see their content ever again. If within the first 5 seconds they say, "What's up, guys? Yo, 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 it's your boy," blocked. If they say, "Smash that like button," blocked forever. It's just like, oh, can't be doing with it. If their first 5 words of their intro are some catchphrase smushed together into a sound the way you can't tell what the words are, blocked. Don't need that in my recommendations. Just a way of filtering out the chaff.
Oh, yeah, you've got to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah. I don't know why, right, YouTube does this, but for some reason, because I've got, like, the channels that I subscribe to.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll every day I'll go in and I'll say, like, what's been posted up so I can look at the latest videos from the channels that I follow. I do it every day. And, but then when I've watched them, if I'm still wanting to watch some more videos, I'll go into the home page, which is all the stuff they recommend for you. And most of it's just garbage, but occasionally pick up a few diamonds in there. But for some reason, I keep getting recommendations, videos about trains. I'm not into trains. And videos about using Blender 3D. It's like, why do I get all these Blender 3D videos? How to make things. It's like, I don't do 3D design. Why am I...
No idea, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Always
don't mind that because I do like doing a bit of Blender, mate. I must admit.
Yeah, it'd be relevant to you. It's completely irrelevant to me. And it's like videos about trains. I'm like, I don't watch. Why?
I get a lot of the CAD stuff and that, you know, and that's right up my street. That, but
yeah. Well, that makes sense because that's your watch history. But mine doesn't include anything like that.
No, yours is all those special sites with the Russian ladies, isn't it?
Ew. Not on YouTube, dear. That's a whole different... That's only on weekends.
Yeah, big boy didn't run away.
How's your planning coming along?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, this is just a rough sketch, not the scale, just in case anyone says. Yeah, I'm just mapping it out. But you won't see this anyway, because this will get glued up underneath the thing.
I'm going to guess curbstones.
Yeah. Nothing gets past you, does it?
Well, that's because exactly how I draw curbstones as well. I'd be like, that's how I do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because everything I do is everything you do, because,
No. I'm thinking, yeah, that's how I do them.
Yeah, it's just to give me an idea of what I'm looking at. So yeah, it's something different. You'll have your obligatory drain hole.
Yep, drain hole.
Sort of sat somewhere around there. Maybe another one over here. Just for a bit of interest. Cobbles, obviously.
Get your cobbles here. How many for £1?
£3 for £1.
Oh, I know what I can do. There is a thing I can do. Idiot. Put the Black Templar on me big stubber. On me big shooter or whatever it is, Orcs called heavy stubbers.
Maybe that'll disappear somewhere up there like that. So.
Oh, can't let me paint out now.
That's the plan. Or it could go that way, actually. And have it on the front with a door up there. And then the butchers will be stood under here somewhere, having a butchers, because that's what butchers do.
Underneath the board.
So, yeah, that could be a bit of that going on. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. He's then going to be parked with a couple of wheels up on the curb because even back then that's what they did.
Parked with a jaunty angle.
So you'll have a wall there. And then coming up over this, slightly diagonal will be an arch that goes onto the back end of this, because this is a pub. Probably there I might have, I don't know, some warehousey type thing going on. Could be like a, what's his name? Market warehouse, you know, butchers, meat, veg, all of that gubbins going on in there. So it'll have a bit of an end of a building there with some kind of painted poster of the era, all painted into the brick and faded in and all of that.
Oh yeah, when they physically hand painted posters.
Oh yeah, it'll be hand painted. I shall draw it on and then hand paint it, because why not?
Oh yeah, have it. Get some of that going on.
Because then I can have it a bit flaky then, where it's all coming off and that. So, because I have a load of offcuts here, and it just so happens that a couple of the offcut would do very well to form an arch shape, or start forming an arch shape with. So
making all the art.
I'm thinking where this building is coming across at an angle. This, you know what I mean? It's just coming over.
Oh yeah.
You get what I mean?
I can just see like keystones stuck onto that. Like
you've got it. Well, they'll be carved into it. See, this will all be carved. Yeah. Bit like I did with Ringo's wall.
Yeah. Liking it.
So that's the direction I'm thinking of.
Are you going to come up with some suitably like period appropriate like product name? Like, I don't know, they've always had like Viltrox and things, didn't they? These weird names on posters and Perno and things.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at some of the posters of the time, because obviously this milk truck is in the lingo, isn't it? It's in German, so it's got to be German posters or French, because this could be, well, it's a German milk truck in France. That ain't going to be there, is it? Let's be honest. But yeah, so I'll do it as some kind of little German place, little village, or quaint little marketplace,
Austrian village, or
little Austrian village, or something like that, you know. So yeah, the lingo will be on there, so I need to make sure that it's in the correct language. I've got a load of decals left from the kit as well, don't forget, so I can have various posters.
Oh yeah.
Up using some of them decals, but part of me wants to hand paint it all, because that's
what they used to have, like physically painted.
Yeah, it all used to be hand painted, didn't it? Uses belly, chicken broth and oat cakes, fried in a pan, pork loin chops with pan boiled spuds, pan heated up sweet corn. I see a common denominator here. Was it pan heated by any chance? Beverage, a jar, coffee, bagged sugar, and no cow juice. Bench, some cardboard box. I don't have cow juice in any of my beverages. My tea is black as it is, bag bobbing, job done.
Do you think you just poured everything into a pan and fried it?
Yeah, I could see a common denominator. Yeah.
Yes. Well, maybe it's actually last night's dinner he's just reheated in a pan.
It's a good shout.
It's just how they make stir fry, isn't it? I mean, fried rice.
Nothing wrong with doing that, mate.
No.
So,
Nothing wrong with doing that at all. Do you know what I used to do? Like, I used to make I nearly said spaghetti then. No, spaghetti, not spaghetti.
Yeah.
Spaghetti. I used to make spaghetti bolognese. And I'd make it all, and then I'd put it into one big massive pan, and I'd have loads, and Mum and Wolf would have loads. And I always used to make too much. There'd be like a ton of it left in the pan. The next day, lunchtime, I'd get up, go downstairs, get a massive chunk of butter, or similar spread, dump that in the pan, and start heating it slowly, get it all hot, and then that'd be my lunch. So it's refried spaghetti bolognese. Great. Oh, there's balancing going on here. You sticking your tongue out?
No, I'm just marking stuff out.
Mark it. Jeff Light says £3 for £1 or 30p each.
So he did there.
I put a layer of that contrast paint. What was it? Black Templar on the stubber.
Oh right, yeah.
That's drying slowly. I don't think this shade will be dry by the time we finished.
That's all right. Like I say, we'll finish at 11 anyway.
Yeah. I'm getting the horrible feeling I didn't shake it enough because it's come out slightly glossy. But that's no big problem because I'll give it a blast of matte varnish if I need to. We'll get matte varnished at the end anyway. So, it's something you need to know about Agraxertion. If you ever use it, you have to shake the living carp out of it.
Oh,
because it's got glossing agents in it. Because there used to be a gloss version. So if you don't shake it fully, it can be a little bit shiny when it dries. I think that might come out slightly gloss, but that's fine. So it's going to get matte varnished anyway. So don't panic. If it comes out glossy, just give it a blast of matte varnish and you're good.
Exactly. There's
Well, it might just not have fully dried yet. I don't know. We shall find out.
You can find out.
It should be matte, but don't worry if it doesn't come out matte.
We've got Tulsi. Let's get old Valkyrie out.
Bit of pooling there. Let's just get rid of that.
That there and that there. Can we have him sort of having you a bit of that? Okay. We can have that. That's on wheels. So that'll sit there. Because he's got his geyser just to set up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can have that sat there. So that when they come up, it stops his meat getting wet.
I bet
Are you with me?
I don't want to think about his meat getting wet. That's outside my pay grade, I think.
I'm trying to do that where my hand ain't in the way.
I mean, there is nothing worse than getting your meat wet. Got to be honest with you.
Yeah,
especially when you try to sell your meat. You don't want to get them wet.
Yeah. So we got the meat stalls there, and he's set up just underneath, see, so he keeps the debris. Let's get rid of the stairs and just hold that. So it's going to be sort of somewhere like that. Cool. None of that's getting damp or anything. Probably had that further under, or better still, because it's angular.
Ooh, angulatory.
Angulatory.
Oh, yeah.
And then that up there with Valkyrie Bottas stood under there going, yeah, look, it's peeing down with rain. And yeah, so we could do some puddles and gullies and.
You need to figure out how to model rain in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible.
Very, very thin beads of hot glue, I would have thought would achieve something similar.
There's probably some Japanese model maker somewhere that's done it.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just adding a coat
of... level Japan, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. Another coat of brown wash to the earth. I'm going to add some Beal 10 green shade as well, but just randomly.
Yeah.
Because earth isn't just always brown. Sometimes it's green. So I'm just going to, while they're both wet, I'm going to munge them all together.
Munge them all together, mate. It makes sense.
Yeah, and that way,
so we can get
a bit of green.
That.
It will be dry brushed over and stuff later, and there'll be tufts and stuff on there. But for now, it's just the base colours.
Get that all primed during the week now.
I like to prime it.
So
I need to paint that bit in there where the paint came off the base, but that's fine. We could put a tuft on that if we need to.
Overhanging landing. I'm happy with that.
Overhanging land.
Meat stall.
Gentlemen, keep your meat dry at all times.
What's that one there? Wheeled. Wheeled stall will go there.
Extra layer on the leather, so it's a bit darker than the other leather.
I think I'll lose the curb. We need that because it can just be a cobbled street they've set up where they want. So lose the curb. There, have the curb
lost.
Have the curb at the end there, where the little restaurant or whatever it is you want to call it sits.
You can have like a little street cafe type thing, a little bistro.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Cafe. Going diagonal there, because that looks really diagonal. Here's arch. Going over. I might have me cut line then come in slightly diagonal and lose one corner, just to give it a bit of shape. Okie dokie, and then we can have drains somewhere there.
You need drains.
One there. Okay.
That's an official model making noise.
Yeah. Would that work? Ooh. Curb there. Would there be a curb there? Possibly, wouldn't there? 'Cause it's the edge of a building. Let's just bung the old truckykins there. Yeah, because it could be a single alleyway, couldn't it? Just a little side street. So, yeah, we can have that.
I love these little dialogues he has with himself while he's working. It's fascinating.
Yeah, sorry if I'm talking out completely out rubbish.
No, I love it. It gives us an insight into your thought process while you're doing it. It's fascinating. I love it.
I narrate to myself so that I can remember what it is I'm actually doing because, yeah. So let's spin that round.
I like to spin it round.
So he's parked there, so there'll be a narrow little bit of pavement there.
You're a narrow little bit of pavement.
I like being a narrow bit of pavement. So that then abruptly ends because that's the end of a building. Okay, and then this can be the market square, can't it? What do we reckon? Yeah. Because if that's a path, you wouldn't have a wrought iron staircase in the middle of a public footpath because, yeah. So we'll end that. We can have a bit of guttering poking up there. There you go. That's what we're thinking.
Unless there used to be a building there that isn't, but it wouldn't be in the middle of a footpath.
Yeah, I mean, it can be what it likes at the end of the day, can't it? But
Right, I've added a little bit more fettling with the washes, just to add a bit more depth in some areas.
Yeah, let's round that off. Just like so.
What I need now is an orange wash.
An orange wash? Oh, got any Cassandora yellow?
No, I'm going to go for dark, dirty orange. I'm going to use Fuegan orange.
Oh, dirty, filthy orange.
Yeah, and this is just for some of the bare metal bits like on the big chopper, where I want to start to suggest a rusty thing. And I can start doing that now, just with these little touches of it, because I can blend it away.
Yeah.
I'll do proper rusting later. But it just means while I'm doing the wash stage, it starts to make it look rusty.
Yeah.
And on these bits on the pauldron as well. Just starts to give it that slightly corroded look, which I can bring back with highlights later to metals.
Okay.
Just starts it on the way.
Staircase, yeah, so we can have a bit of a wall there. Coming up the way. How thick do we want to go? We don't want to go too thick. So
excuse me, all right, tickly cough going on.
We'll slice that in half and have a wall about there.
He likes to slice it.
See what I did there, yeah.
Oh, really tickly cough.
Take a leak off.
Dying or something. Take a leak off. Take a leak off.
There you go.
I'm probably dying or something. I can put some on this base here. Just really make it look worn, a bit more rusty.
It's going to be about there. Get rid of that. Slap that in
so
there.
I shall leave that alone now.
Hugh says, I remember making coffee one morning in the 80s and some drunken idiot had attempted to boil eggs in the kettle. No idea who that might have been. Hey, mate, welcome to my world, mate. It's the sort of thing I'd try and do, that is.
The sort of thing he probably has done.
Yeah.
Ecumenical matters, etc., etc.
Yeah. It's all a myth, mate. It's all a myth. Someone else did it. Big boy did it and run off.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I know. You're not buying it, are you?
No.
Okie dokie.
Oh, right.
So
Apologies
we have a bit of wallage there. That will then enable me to join that over. So that could be a corner calf, couldn't it? Let's have a look.
Ooh.
Shove that there.
A cafe. But that's not what the Germans would call it.
Okay. So that would be there. And that about there. Okay.
So probably look a bit ridiculous and extremely over dirty and scruffy until I do all the highlighting.
And then
Just like darkness in the recesses, that's what we're after.
if he comes around there, that'll be that. That'll be that. About there. Happy days. So yet again, another change been made. Oh, I'll just give that a bit of character.
Cha-cha-cha.
See what he did there.
See what I did there?
I'm impressed with that Bowie reference.
I mean, who else do you know that would do Bowie references on a live stream? Come on. On a non-musical live stream. Come on.
That is impressive.
You get what you pay for with me, mate.
You can have 1,000 XP for the Bowie reference. I am impressed with that.
Cool. Does that mean I can buy a full game with that?
Yeah. There you go. Get rid of that. So we've now lost that pavement. Didn't like that. You like that? No, I didn't like that.
Do you like that?
Get rid of that drain as well. Don't need two of them there.
So there you go. That's all the shading done, I think. It looks terrible. I think part of that is because the Agrax would be slightly glossy because I messed up and didn't shake it enough. But it's not the end of the world. I need to put some more on that leather work. Where's the Agrax gone?
So we've got a bit of that. So he's come round there. That's that.
Actually, on the Grotz leather, I shall do some non-oil, I think.
We can have that because cafes always had a slight corner cafe look about them, didn't they? So they had a bit of an angled frontage that came over the way. So yeah, so that's that. He can now reverse in there. He's gone. Chugga, 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 reversey, reversey. And this is just an ordinary bit of whatever.
Is that official vintage truck noises there?
Well, you was impressed, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I was transported instantly to like.
It's like you was in the scene, weren't you, mate?
Oh yeah, I was instantly there in 19XX Germany somewhere.
Yeah,
just outside a Berlin street cafe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is late 30s, early 40s Germany.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Let's go. Let's go mid 30s, shall we?
Mid 30s, maybe Berlin or something like that. Nice cultured part. Right, that's that bit. I'm going to stop doing washes now, otherwise I'll end up with a just unsightly mess. So all the leather on this figure is all the same base colour, but I've used different shades on each brown to get different tones. So brown on the 2 coats of brown on the haft, 1 coat of brown on the leatherwork on him, and I've got black wash and brown wash on his leather to make it look a bit different. Still got tons more to do.
Show you what I could do.
What could you do, buddy?
Well, actually, would that work?
Look at chat. Believe it or not, I've actually heard that said by a market trader in the past. 3 for £1 or 30p each. Hugh Gordon, homemade broth. Used every pan I own. Need a slave to do the dishes now. Hugh says 2 for £1 or 3 for a £5 where I come from. Lol. Fox, refresh my memory, asks Jeff, do you play Warhammer or do you only build and paint? I would love to play Warhammer, but I don't know anybody that plays. I don't have access to a gaming table or anything. I don't know anybody else that plays, so...
Saying nothing about gaming tables.
Yeah, so no, I just build and paint. I don't have access to anyone that would want to play a game with me. I could just go to the local store, and play on their tables, but I don't know those people. I'd have to have ideally I'd have a mate that was into it and we could build our armies and stuff, but none of my mates are interested in that kind of stuff, so. I just build and paint. Right, so what I can do now is sit around and do nothing while that all dries. I'll probably have to go back and do a lot of layering over it now. I've got the shades down. I need to now go back and build up all the layers of the colours that aren't in the recesses. So this is just getting the shade in the recesses. You could just leave it there and it'd look all right, but I've got lots more to do.
There you
go. It does all come out looking a lot dark and homogeneous when you do your shades, so that's when your layering comes in.
Yeah, with your yeah, that I know.
Homogeneous.
Yeah. So that's beer truck is facing that way. So let's go front.
Beer truck, you've got things to sell to me. I just made that up.
He sits there. Happy days.
He likes to plan it.
Yeah, just give me a rough idea. Yep. And then I've got to then translate all of that lot.
I'll just monitor the chat now until we finish.
Styrofoam, see, so...
Styrofoam?
Yeah. But luckily, as you draw it, it'll put a slight recess in the foam anyway, so that's handy. So we can sit and start mapping that all out.
Talking of foam, one of the best company names I ever came across once in my detailing career was a company that made foam, and they were called Sherlock Foams.
Nice one, I like that.
And I was like, we need to buy all our foam from them just because of the company name.
Yeah.
My boss was like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, no, that's Sherlock Foams. That works all day long Sherlock for me, mate.
Yeah.
And let's give that a quick shove.
Do you play, Jeff? Sander. Do you play or do you just buy and paint, build and paint?
It's one of them, I don't go out because I'm housebound. So the only way I'd be able to play is my eldest son, who still lives here. He's a Warhammer painter. I can see us ending up having our own gaming table at some point. So
yeah, 6x3. It's not too big.
Yeah, so that would be fun, to be quite honest with you. So it is something I'm mulling over.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him as well. So.
Yeah.
Play with his dad.
Yeah, it'd be something different.
Who does he feel? He's into Tyranids, isn't he? And Necrons, I think.
He's getting a lot of vintage stuff. Oh, yeah, because I sent you all the pictures, didn't you, Rob?
Yeah.
What was in the box? Yes.
Yeah, you remember this box that Colin spent all day watching over? These 2 boxes. So he's buying all this vintage stuff, is he?
Yeah, he's a proper collector, mate. He's getting into all the vintage stuff. Ye oldie.
So he's getting into all the old Warhammer Old World stuff.
Yeah, and it's like... I said, how the hell did you track that down? He said, it's actually all come from Games Workshop themselves. He said, I just asked them. He said, and they went on a search for me. He said, and they managed to locate a load. So
that's all right.
He's getting a lot of the old, because that creature, when it you saw, you was like, oh yeah, it's going to be proper mint.
Well, they've launched, I think this year or last year, Warhammer Old World, which is the old Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
And they've kind of brought it back a bit. Because Age of Sigmar replaced Warhammer Fantasy, but now they've kind of brought back the old world.
Yeah.
But for that, they've re-released a lot of the old, 30-year-old models for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some of those old, Bretonians and stuff, they're re-releasing them now. On square bases and things.
Yeah, it's just something different, isn't it?
Yeah. So I can see him kicking your butt.
Sorry?
Yeah. I can see him kicking your butt on
Oh,
your home
yeah,
gaming table.
because, he's going to be all over it, isn't he? Because it's that generation, isn't it? Me, I'm an old fart, mate. So
Does he actually get a chance to play much?
I know he goes down Games Workshop to play, but I don't know how often, mate, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, mate. Let's glue that on afterwards, Carl, after you come off live, makes can't concentrate. But yeah, so we're getting there slowly but surely. I know it's been a bit of an inactive night on my side tonight, but this is
part of the process.
This is all part of the process. But yeah, like I say, the butcher's stalls and that are going to be set up sort of under here. And this area is going to have a few streety things going on, the milk van and all of that lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a simple Calder Cafe's going to be over there with an arch. Happy days. Beer getting pushed down the cellar, so there's going to be a little cellar opening there. So
yeah. And where will that truck be? It'll be underneath
the
archways.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's actually fascinating. It's actually fascinating to watch you going through the process and laying it out and thinking about how you're going to do it. It's interesting to see. It's
part of the process. You know, I'm often asked how I think about it and how I go through it. And what better way of showing people than doing it?
Everybody do these things in their own way, don't they? There's no hard and fast rules for dioramas. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I used to be an avid draw it all out on graph paper and then transfer it over. But 9 times out of 10, just doing the sketch on the cardboard, I can then just literally go along with a mechanical pencil and mark it, and with them it'll scribe the line in at the same time as well, so that I can then go around and do all my cobbles and everything. So
I mean, I've only ever done like landscape type diorama, so for me it's literally draw on where the path will be if there's a path there. The rest of it's all hills and grasses, like just draw on a path.
This is all going to be like a cobbled road. This is going to be like a little courtyard.
Yeah.
Where the market people are. I might even have a railing or something that comes around. I don't know yet. I'll see what it's like when I get that truck sorted out where I want it to be. Because he's only delivering his milk to the same cafe that he's going to, so he's just backed up down here. So I might just have a little bit of curb there. I don't know, but I don't want to put a big fence up in front because you're not going to be able to see what's going on.
Yeah. In
there, so.
But there's always a certain suspension of disbelief because you kind of have open walls and things. It's like you've cut through it to show the people to the view what's going on.
So I'm looking forward just to sitting there doing all the carving stuff and all of that lot because I enjoy that, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and that's your bag, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I did the Ringo wall, didn't I? For the Beetle. It's literally just in here. He says,
a wall of Ringo.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's simple enough to do, but it just makes an interesting result. And I tend to slice these a lot thinner. But this is a big old brick wall for the Ringo diorama. But the walls on this,
Weren't you sat watching telly while you were doing that?
Yeah. Sat watching telly and messaging you because you kept asking me what you're doing, and I said I'm making this.
Jeff Light says same here. When he wants to do Warhammer, the games group he attends only plays historical. They're serious war gamers then. Yeah. There are still groups that do just that, and it's like it's a shame they don't open up to other kind of tabletop because there's not just Warhammer. There's loads of other tabletop games like Bolt Action, all the other ones.
Exactly. I mean, my boy's a bit like me. He likes building the vehicles, the creatures, and all of that lot. But he doesn't want to narrow himself down to one genre. A bit like me, I do predominantly orc stuff, but there are other bits that I see and I think, I'm going to build that and grab one of them.
At some point, I need to give Bolt Action a go. That's like a World War II tabletop game. So it's all this scale, but like World War II stuff. So I need to give that a go at some point.
Yeah, there's only so far you can take it, isn't there? Before, like I say, if I keep doing yellow orc schemes, I'm going to get bored. That's why I've started doing other factions just to break the wall up a bit. Because at the end of the day, they all fight each other, so you're going to get different factions and different
Orcs fight anybody.
clans and that, so I might as well do different colour schemes.
Orcs will fight themselves if there's nobody else around to fight.
I kind of fancy doing a bit of Krieg as well for some reason. It does appeal to me, so yeah. But anyway, folks, I'm rambling yet again. So yeah, I've got all of me figures and stuff like that to prime this week, so I'll get all of that done so that I can then start really nailing down where this is all going. So I might end up next week drawing it all out on the foam and doing a bit of carving next week. We'll see how I get on.
I like to carve it.
Exactly, and then this will have a veneer put round it, see, once it's all done, just to dress the leading edges up. So yeah.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to watching this evolves into a full-fledged diorama.
This is the itty-bitty stage now, as I call it, but it can make or break it.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I thought if I fill it up with too many vehicles, it's going to be too busy.
Yeah, because then there's no focal point. Then there's no actual
exactly.
You want to keep the scenery interesting and detailed, but not too complex because you're drawing away from.
Well, not only that, where it's going height wise, I could only maximum probably go to that height because we know what their shelving layout is, don't we? Underneath their counter, underneath the counter.
Well, that's about the same height that I had my. I'll say that again with actual words. That's about the same height that I had my striker diorama that they've got in the cabinet. So
so it'll only be first story level for all the buildings. So and then they'll have a cheeky little. I don't know whether to go for a straight cut at a bizarre angle or sort of. I don't know yet.
Straight cut would make more sense if it's a wall, I suppose.
Yeah, and just black edge the top so it looks like it's just been sliced. You know what I mean?
That's how it goes. Well, I've shaded my dude now. Mostly with Agrax shade, but I've got a little bit of rusty shades on there as well. Like I said before, I don't think I shook it well enough for the Agrax, so it's coming out a little bit glossy, so I'll have to give him a matte varnish, a matte coat before we go any further. He looks really dark and gloomy now, but that's where the layering will come in to bring back all the highlights and make it all pop. So that's many more weeks of work to come.
Nice one,
just the base coats. So I've got lots and lots of detailed layer painting and stuff now, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, just as well he hasn't got a 100 figure army to do because this would take him many years.
Yeah,
what height is that figure, dude? That's a little bit bigger than the 20 mil, and he's a war boss, isn't he? So he's going to be a bit bigger, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I've got a millimetre list. Hang on, let me get my ruler. It's there somewhere. It's 53rd. I think they're roughly 58 scale, but orcs, because he's a boss, he's taller than normal orcs.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so that is 6.5 centimetres.
Yeah.
6.5 centimetres is about
65 mil.
2/3. Yeah. 65 mil. But it's 1/53-ish, 58 scale. Heroic scale is what they're called.
Yeah.
But, it's about that big. It's about that big.
No, I like what you've done to it, mate. It's looking good.
Yeah. I've got tons of layering to do and stuff yet, so that's just the initial base coating and shading done. I've got to do some funky smoke effects, staining effects on the exhaust as well at some point.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right, gang. Well, we're going to love and leave you and let you get on with the rest of your night, of your evening, folks. Massive thanks for you all coming in and keeping us two idiots company.
Yes, thank you.
We'll be back on Friday on my channel for a bit more of a frolic. So until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Adios, amoebas.